Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the Moisture Foundation from Cogando. Have you ever wanted a foundation that's literally skin in a tube? Watch this video. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm the ThesPNation. I'm an OG YouTuber that reviews luxury beauty all the time. And as I always say, since you're already here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, definitely hit that like button, and most importantly, turn on those notification bells just so that you're aware of all the content that I have coming out. So a few weeks ago, while I was minding my own business at the Galleria, I was going to head to Sephora, and on the way I had to, you have to walk through Macy's. And as I was walking through Macy's, I saw a Cogando counter because I totally forgot that Cogando was sold at certain Macy's. So I stopped at the counter, took a glance, looked at the shades of the foundations, and I said, yes, I will take one of each. And of course the sales associate, she was like, what are you talking about? Because it was dead in there and it had some strange smell. I don't know what's going on at the Galleria Macy's, but that smell, if you have walked through Macy's at the Galleria in Dallas, please tell me that you have smelled that smell because it is vile, I must say. However, removed from that, I went ahead and picked up the foundations, and of course, the Moisture Foundation is what we will be talking about today. This is a highly coveted foundation. It's been a foundation that has been out for decades, so let's go ahead and get into it. So as you saw in the beginning of the video, I was putting on some Luminous Dewy Mist as I am right now, and honestly I'm really just putting it on before I actually apply makeup because I just like the way it feels and the way it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pat this into my skin, and then we will go in with primer. Naturally I'm going in with the liquid silk canvas from Tatcha as well. Always go up, never down. So here we have the Moisture Foundation from Cogando. And no need to adjust your screen, ladies and gents. This is truly how small this product really is. This is 0.71 ounces of product, y'all. And I do have pretty big hands, but just look at how small this tube actually is. This is a super tiny amount of product. When I first saw it, I honestly thought that this was a sample. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a small amount on the back of my hand so you can see this. I got the shade 302, and here's shade 302 on the back of my hand. Prior to making this video, I was trying to figure out what was the best way for me to show this foundation off in all of its glory. I concluded that I should do half of my face just so that you can see this, because this is something that truly I have never seen in a foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and do just half of my face. So I'm just putting a small amount on the back of my hand. So on the back of my hand, you can see that this is about as much as I'm planning to use. So I'm just going to dot this on and just start spreading it with my fingers. And honestly, this foundation, I find, though I have used it with brushes, with sponges, I don't really recommend a sponge because the coverage is a lighter coverage, and I feel like, of course a sponge would just drink it all up. So personally, when I apply this, I have been using my hands most of the time. So I'm just gonna pat this in the skin. I'm gonna go under the eyes, of course, on the lids, and on the forehead. And I'm just going to use this brush to just go over it a little bit. So here's half of the foundation applied to my face, and hopefully, as I always say on camera, I hope you can see this, just because literally in person, this is like if I could buy a tube of skin and just put it on my face, that's what this is. This is literally like I put dots of skin on my face and just made it perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just do the other half of my face, and as you saw, I'm still using that same amount of product that I originally dispersed onto the back of my hand. Same as before. Just dot it on and spread it. The blend is seamless. It's literally like I'm just putting skin on my face. And though it is more of a lighter coverage, it covers very well. And you can definitely layer on applications if you desire more coverage. Same as before, I'm just gonna go around my perimeter. Wow. For my eye area, I'm just going to use the Radiant Corrector for Eyes from Peau. And this is in the shade Nutmeg. Oh, this product is so pretty. I love it. For setting powder, I'll be using the Lower Mercier Honey Powder. Of course, I'm just using a small amount. For bronzer, I'll be using the Airbrush bronzer from Tilbury in shade 3, also known as Tan. And we're applying what? Just a whisper, darling. For mascara, I'm going to use McGRATH's Dark Star. For the lips, just a little bit of Fetish lip balm from McGRATH. And of course, this is in the clear color. And oh my gosh, guys, while I was cleaning out my makeup a few nights ago, I did find Terracotta Light because I have one that's completely broken, but I actually found this one and I would tell you the shade, but it looks like this. So yeah, I don't know what this is, but it looks like this and I absolutely loved this product and I believe they reformulated it so it probably doesn't look like this anymore. The coloring is still the same in the new formula and it's something that I use for blush, highlighting. You can use it as a bronzer, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheeks. It just gives the skin a soft glow and I absolutely love it. I'll put just a little bit on my brow bone as well. I always used to do that. It just gives you a more sophisticated look. I absolutely love it. And similar to the beginning of this video, I'm going to use the Luminous Dewy Mist from Tatcha once more to set my face. Okay guys, so let's talk about it. The Moisture Foundation from Cognito, it comes in 13 different shades, retails for $77, and the size of this tube is 0.71 ounces. The following is per Cognito. The cult favorite for over 25 years, our iconic moisture foundation was created in the early days of high definition filming. Decades later, it remains an insider favorite for skin pampering ingredients that enhance the beauty and luster of your natural skin tone. Feather Light Foundation boasts the coverage of a cream with the flexible and comfortable moisture of a liquid. Light diffusing mineral pigment visibly blurs pores, fine lines, and imperfections, while plant-powered moisturizers contribute to lasting skin health. Benefits and features. Infused with 80% moisturizing ingredients, mineral pigments visibly smooth skin and blur imperfections, enriched with hydrolyzed yeast and aloe extract to continuously moisturize skin, contains tea tree oil, our signature blend of jojoba oil, olive squalane, and shea butter to leave skin soft and supple, safe for all skin types, even very sensitive skin, sheer to medium buildable coverage, long-lasting, natural finish, not tested on animals, formulated without artificial colors, synthetic fragrance, mineral oil derived from petroleum, and paraben-free, also gluten-free. And I also just wanted to include just a backstory behind the brand. So as the story goes, of course, all these brands always have a story. You know, your SK2 story, the famous La Mer story, y'all know what I'm talking about. So the story goes that in the 80s, there was an actress in Japan who, you know, she was doing films all the time and, you know, just due to putting different products on her face, her skin essentially freaked out. So she went ahead and created her own skincare line. And with HD being a thing in films at the time, and with, you know, Japan, of course, always being one step ahead, this is what came out of this, you know, and out of that brand ultimately. This has been, like I said, it is a cult product. It is something that people swear by. I have many artist friends who have told me, buy this foundation. You won't believe it. This foundation, with regards to everything that I described, you know, or all the claims that I provided you from the Cognito website, all of the claims as far as, you know, what it does for the skin, as far as how it looks on the skin, it is beautiful. The idea behind this foundation, as I said, because things were becoming HD at that time and they wanted to be one step ahead, they wanted something that could be put on someone's face on camera that would look like skin. This looks like skin. There's NARS foundations that look like skin, which I said. There's Bobbi Brown foundations. There's all types of brands who have foundations that look like skin. This foundation literally is a tiny, just this tiny miracle in a tube. If there's one foundation you buy, if you're somebody who says, I want my skin to just look like skin, I don't want any fuss, buy this foundation. I know I tell you guys about a lot of different foundations, but each foundation has their place in the world as far as, you know, who is it for? And, you know, if you're someone like me who actually collects foundations and you're obsessed, that's different. But if you're someone who is really trying to find that one knockout foundation, if you're someone who likes light to medium buildable coverage, you can even shear this down, of course. I have had days where I literally just put like 2 drops under my eyes and that's all I put on. And it literally looks like skin. It's undetectable. It's absolutely amazing. I have never seen a foundation look like this. Shade range is not great. It's pretty sad to, you know, be completely honest with you guys. It's only 13 shades, 12, 13 shades. And overall in the deep category, there's 3 choices: 301, 302, and 303. Because even when I was at Macy's and I was trying to find my shade, I felt like 301 was just way too light. 303 was too deep. 302 was a perfect match for me. And I absolutely love the shade. So again, the shade range is not amazing, but if you're someone who's around my skin tone and you're someone who is very interested in this foundation, definitely consider the shade 302 because it's a very big jump in person when you see 301 and then 302. It's a few shades deeper, or a few shades lighter rather, for 301 versus 302. But 302, like I said, it's a great shade match for me. And as you saw in the video, I used a very tiny amount on the back of my hand because of course this is a very expensive foundation, so you don't want to use a ton of it, and it's really unnecessary to use a lot of this. And even on the back of this, it actually recommends that you use 2 to 3 pearl sizes. I would say go half a pearl because you can literally get a full face of makeup and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect, and blend it in with your hands as I showed you guys. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge, though again, as I mentioned, using a sponge will probably absorb too much of this product. So I would say, just because this is very expensive, and of course I consider this very expensive because you're only getting 0.71 ounces for $77. So this is extremely expensive, you know, so I would say, you know, definitely do it the way that you want to do it as far as applying it. You're going to get an amazing result. I tried it all 3 different ways: brush, sponge, fingers. I personally prefer using my fingers for this, but you know, you can use it any way you want to. It literally is like erasing everything on your face just easily. And I mean, there's nothing else that I can really say about it. I mean, it lasts all day. It's pretty. It gives you, like I said, a true skin finish. And like the name, it says, you know, it's called a moisture foundation. This looks like I put a moisturizer on my face and my skin's just flawless underneath the moisturizer. That's what this is like, essentially. It's like putting on a moisturizer, but you have flawless skin. So, and your skin, you know, just looks a bit dewy and just beautiful. The lights hit it. There's no flashback. There's no issues with this foundation. This is why I can see this is something that you would wear on camera. This is why artists use this on celebrities, you know, especially when they're on television, because this is literally skin-like. And you see, you know, other foundations and other products. Of course, there's tons of foundations that you could use. You could use a drugstore foundation for television. But this truly is the closest that I have ever seen to something actually looking like skin. True skin. Because you guys know that I have many foundations that I say are like skin. It looks like skin. This is literally skin in a tube. I don't know how to make this like any clearer to you guys. Like, this is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend it. One thing that I did find out recently is that they have added more ingredients in the foundation, and I've heard that it's just gotten even better because after 3 decades, they've actually reformulated this foundation. I think they've just really just added more to it and just refined it a bit more, even though it's perfect. Because my whole thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know why they decided to change it, but there is a new version of this, and that one is $79 versus the $77. So of course you can buy the $79 version of this foundation, same type of packaging, the lettering has changed just slightly, and the technology has changed just a bit, but overall you're getting the same foundation. And of course, like a fool, I will buy that one in the near future, but until then I will use this version because again, that one's $79, this one's $77. However, you can actually buy this version right now on sale on the Cogano website. It's currently on sale. However, I did find that through the Skin Store, you can actually purchase this with a promotion code that's good all weekend long. It ends on Monday, and that one is 22% off of that. So, you know, it's actually cheaper than the Cogano website by $1 or so. So you can definitely buy it from there. I will include a link down below. It is an affiliate link, of course. You don't have to use it. However, if you do use it, I will receive a small commission if you purchase, you know, through that link. It's an amazing foundation. This is something that you should have in your arsenal. I would totally wear this foundation for a special event, for photography, for video, anything like that. Your skin will look absolutely amazing in this foundation. So again, I would love to know if you guys have tried this particular foundation, if you've tried the Aqua foundation as well, because of course I did buy both Cogano foundations. So this is the Aqua foundation, which I will be reviewing very soon. Definitely feel free to let me know in the comments if you like this foundation. Again, this is an HG. I didn't need much time to make that decision because again, I've had this for a few weeks and I've tested it out on many occasions, but overall, this is a mind-blowing foundation. And this is one of these things, like I said, where you can use this for so many different situations, and though it is very tiny, it packs a serious punch. So definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys.